Hello everybody and welcome back to my Fallout New Vegas playthrough. Where last time we had gone ahead and repaired some of the stuff for the boomers and then yeah. Alright. I know they talked about the ants.
Hey, what you doing? Are you being that bastard that hasn't subscribed yet? Well, why don't you join one of us that have subscribed? As well as that, you might as well tune down into the description down below, where I have a new subreddit called r/RealmHQ. Other than that, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Yeah. Is that the they said something about it being in the generator room? This should be over. What the hell happened to you, Ralph? Were you? Oh. Anyway, but yeah. How close am I to a level up? Because I know we don't have enough special to... Oh my god, we're 200 away. Because we need medical, I think it was up to 60 for the one person. And then, yeah. Who the hell are you? Why are you walking all the way out here?
Hello.
Okay, there's just straight up boomer just walking out. Like, hey, how's it going? Hey, let's check what quests we do have. We got you there. Well, once we go ahead and get it checked in on oil, I'll go check out the museum. Another one I think you can screw around with is chatting with the kids. And I always felt that was a little like off. That's like, I don't really want to interact with the kids. Besides that, you can usually just get the thing up to where it needs to go anyway, just pretty easily. Hello.
Hello, outsider. Need something?
Hey, repaired the solar arrays and increased their efficiency.
An impressive piece of work. I'll keep that in mind if jobs come up in the future.
Alright, goodbye.
Bye.
Woohoo! We're late. And then it's gonna force us. Okay, we want medicine up to 60. Let's see. Yeah, what should we up? Oh shoot! We're gonna be able to go ahead and pick a thing. Let's. I might just buff it to 70, then drop this into something. I don't know. That's two-parter. Okay. Okay, so there is. Okay, voracious reader. He's a existing. Ooh. Yeah, magazines. Okay, good. On their shoes. Eye for an eye. For you do an extra. It's not too bad. Heavy weight, fast metabolism, yada. I know there was this one I really wanted. Okay, it's that one or this one. Or it was, I think, what was it? Hand loader, that's what it was. Okay, so we're gonna get in back. And then the next one we'll probably screw around with is the other one. I don't. It was probably a hand loader and then continue on the intensive training. Yo, kid, tell me about the corn.
What?
Thanks, Noxie.
You're the outsider. Mother Pearl sent word that you'd be stopping by. You must be eager to hear the story of our people.
Yeah, sure. Who are you? I'd like to know all about your people.
Wonderful. I'm sure you've noticed the mural on the wall of this hut. Shall I tell you what it all means?
Sure, I can spend time.
Excellent. Imagine you're the first outsider to ever hear our tale.
This is where the corn comes from. Ooh. He's got a little foot.
Long before I was born, we lived underground. Everyone had guns, but the overseer wouldn't let us explode anything, not even a hand grenade.
Well, that sucks.
We left and wandered the wastes. There were savages with knives. We blew them up with frag mines and grenades, burned them with flamethrowers.
You
It
guys
was
are pretty
neat,
violent.
but there was a downside. For every 43.6 savages we killed, we lost one of our own. We needed a new home. We needed Nellis.
Okay, you guys are a high kill ratio.
Here we have prospered and multiplied. Here our mighty guns destroy any savages who might try to harm us.
Let's throw it up.
Before they can even reach our gates. Well, until... But... Not saying you want to harm us or you're a savage, but anyways. Nellis has...
That... Oh, I want to go and change it. Wait, what? Okay.
revealed many secrets. It is taught...
So is it not changing it? Why aren't you changing it?
us how to fly the bombers once based here, and it has taught us where to find one. And that is our story so far. For this last image is our future. To restore the bomber, to fly the open skies in armored safety, raining high explosive ordnance upon ignorant savages. This is our destiny. I'm pleased that you listened to the entire story. Perhaps there are details you'd like to know more about. Let me know.
Sure.
Now that you know the story of our people, you must have all sorts of questions.
Who are you? I have some questions about your people's histories.
Ask away.
Why did your ancestors leave the safety of the vault?
So you know about the vaults? Yes, we lived in one of those. Ours was numbered 34. In our vault, everyone had guns, but the overseer wouldn't let you fire off any of the really fun ones. I guess all the little pops and bangs at the firing ranges just got boring after a while.
Yeah, detonation with a yield of less than half a ton. TNT is born.
Exactly. We haven't detonated any atomic warheads since before I was born. But besides that, it's a heck with nitpicky restrictions. Anything else you want to know?
I'm surprised Nellis was empty when your people found it.
Several automatic warheads detonate here 100 years ago,
Atomic.
leaving the base highly radioactive. The savages of the waste, ignoramuses...
You can
all
say that, but you
Nellis
can't
by
say
habit.
atomic. Whereas your people had brought Geiger counters with them from the vault.
That's exactly right. You're very knowledgeable for a Sav, an outsider. Anything else you want to know?
How do you survive totally cut off from the world?
Nellis is a completely self-sufficient community. We draw water from Lake Mead, solar arrays provide power, and we grow our own crops.
Ah, damn it. The ingenuity of your people is remarkable.
Thank you. Our self-sufficiency is a point of pride. Anything else you want to know?
I don't know if I can ask him about that again. Damn it, that was the only time. What are the Howarders doing at the Air Force Base?
You're right. They weren't here when we discovered them. We found the guns at a huge weapon depot called Area 2, many miles from here. It took many weeks to drag the guns and their ammunition back to Nellis, and it was the last time any of us set foot beyond our homeland.
Huh. The Howitzer battery. or that howitzer battery is a monument to the grit and resolve of your people.
Thank you so much. I'll be sure to pass that on. Anything else you want to know?
How has Nihilus taught your people to fly?
Once we restore power, we learned that some elaborate chairs we've been sleeping in were actually virtual reality simulators.
Makes sense.
We believe they were used to train combat pilots. We used them extensively. I alone have shot down over 500 Chinese Zion 85 fighters. Before you ask, I'm afraid there's no way you can be allowed to use the simulators. They're for our use only. Sorry.
Oh, to slip the surly bonds of the earth and dance among the soaring birds.
That's beautiful. Yes, it's exactly like that. So free, so... words can't do it justice. Anything else you want to know?
Yeah, the fly. It's a great thing. How'd you learn where to find an old bomber?
Loyal found a file somewhere on the base, with magazine articles, photographs, a map even. It seems that a bomber, apparently the 29th of its kind, crashed in Lake Mead on July 21st, 1948. Just imagine, that's over 300 years ago. The photograph shows that it was basically intact, and the map tells us exactly where to find it. Except we haven't left Nellis in decades.
Okay, so here's the fun part. Yes, okay, so the B-29 he's talking about actually is in real life. So you know how we saw it, went down there? Yeah, this is an image of the actual bomber itself. Basically, if I remember correctly, let's see. Why did it crash? Oh, no. It was flight error. I thought I was saying due to remote control or radio control. Which, by the way, there was legitimate, so you could have an RC in the form of a B-24. B-24 being a bomber, basically the twin-tail bomber of World War II, the one that kind of looked like you were flying a boat, kind of if you think about it, because you had the cockpit that went into more of a rectangular body, if I remember, and then you had the wings themselves. It was a 4-engine bomber, and then you went further back, and then the rectangle gave way to a wide tail with twin elevators, or whatever they're called. So that's a B-24. A B-17 was the 4-engine bomber with only a single tail, and it's the front of it, I'm pretty sure, was way more circular. Not as much as the B-29, because the B-29 was meant more for specifically high altitude stuff. But the reason why it's called the B-29 is because designation B is bomber, and then kind of basically it is the 29th version of itself. Even though there's not really, I don't know, there might be technically a B-26. I don't know about B-27 or a B-28. They'd sometimes skip specific call cards and stuff like that. Some of them it's for superstition, some of them they're not. I don't think you're ever going to find a B-13. Though you can find a B-17 with the tail numbers of 666. If you've ever heard the tale of old 666, that's a great tale. I will say, because I know one of the things... Okay, if I could ever rewrite a script for Yarn Hub, I would love to rewrite the damn old 666 one. Because, man, did that one go horribly in terms of research. Though it's fun because I have quite a few ones I do want to actively do, and it's coming around that time of year, so we'll see if they even send me an email. But I know because there's this book I've been reading that's called The Last Battle. I'd never heard of the Battle for 400, or for Hill 400, and I am loving this book. But it's funny because it's going over the general, like, history of, like, the 2nd Rangers and stuff like that during World War II, how their whole Ranger program was created, how the fact that nobody in the military wanted them to exist because they were always like, oh yes, the soldier, he's gonna go fight the good fight, and then he's gonna win everything because it doesn't matter, his general skill set's gonna be great for everything. I just read through a part where so after D-Day, so after the biggest invasion in all of history, besides Operation Downfall, which would have been massive. Like, I'm not kidding. If you ever look into Operation Downfall, there's a reason why people were, like, okay, talking about the end of World War II, there was the atomic bombs that a lot of people know about. The ones dropped on Hiroshima and the one dropped on Nagasaki. So the general issue with those bombs is that people like to state that they should never have been used. And then there's people in the other boat where they're like, no, they had to be used. And then there's some people who are kind of in the middle. There's the Japanese one, the guy who survived both blasts. His initial take is that the first one was necessary. The second one was overkill. My take is that both were necessary. The first one was for the obvious showy of sort, but the second one, Nagasaki, was for more research purposes. Because Hiroshima, you could probably mark off as, oh, it was just a fluke that it did so well. But with Nagasaki, where it literally fell off course, and then the majority of the shockwave bounced off the mountains and flew back and decimated the whole city. That's kind of why I believe that, because again, we did not know the actual full possibility of a nuke, and they were both separate bombs. The Hiroshima bomb, Little Boy, was a uranium-based bomb, while the one in Nagasaki was Fat Man, and it was a plutonium-based bomb. So that's why. But anyway, just the basic idea was that there would have been a big invasion of Japan if Japan had not surrendered, and it was estimated at about 1 million dead U.S. service. And that's why I believe that if the invasion had gone through, Japan as a country would not exist. Because the U.S. would have steamrolled what little remained as resistance. Except for the fact the resistance had no want to surrender. And especially if the emperor was killed. If the emperor was killed, then the entirety of Japan would fight to the death because their loyalty was to the emperor. But rolling it back a little bit, the biggest ever amphibious invasion has been D-Day. And on that day, over in Omaha, in the worst sector, because they were actually prepped, they were doing trainer exercises, and then, oh shoot, hey look, live targets. But there was a group called the 2nd Ranger Battalion, along with the 5th Ranger Battalion. Because the 1st Ranger Battalion was over in Italy, and they got heavily decimated. I think out of one of their final battles, there was only like a handful of them that survived, like 10 to 3 of them, something like that. But anyway, so those two groups, there was part of the 2nd Company who was told to climb the cliffs. And I've been reading through this book because they had to go climb Pointe du Hoc. The only real mention of it I've ever really gone into looking is stuff like documentary Surviving D-Day and stuff like that. Because I've never really looked into specific units all that much. But, like, since the book's kind of covering the whole history of the 2nd Ranger Battalion, it's kind of cool. But the basic idea is that the main reason I am aware of D-Day is because of how awesome and how horrific Omaha is. First wave came in, they got chewed up to hell and back, and the second wave almost got sent to a different beach, except for the fact that this 52-year-old or so, how old was he? There's a general during World War II, and it's kind of interesting because he actually kind of boomerangs back around to Hill 400, which is the funnest part. Because what basically happens is D-Day. So let's see. He was born on May 30th. Let's see. He was 78 when he died in 1971. We know that June 6th was then. So 71 to 44. Let's see. That is like 7 and then 37. The 37 minus, what is that? That drops it down to 41? That can't be right. Am I doing my math wrong? Probably. I know he was like the oldest guy on fucking D-Day. And that's not, I'm not kidding with that crap. He legitimately was the oldest. Let's see. Yeah, what is 30? What is it? Oh, is that why? So is it 27? Because it's 1971. And that's only... Yeah, so that is 27, not 37. If it was 37... Because they... Well... Yes, that's right. Sorry. Because you have to remember that the whole... Fucking 10... Or the fucking... Yeah. So it looks like it was 27. So... He would have only been 51, but that's still, like, really fucking old in terms of service. Let alone going into an active D-Day battle where you have machine guns, you have all hell breaking loose, mortars, big old guns, and it's incredible. So, basically, he's very known. I know him for his actions on D-Day. He initially was sent aboard on the first wave, and then the first wave got hit hard. Really, really hard. He was the tail end of the first wave. He sees all this carnage, all this destruction, and he's kind of like Patton in World War One, where Patton was like, he felt his destiny at one point, and then he charged a machine gun nest. And this is... kind of the same thing, because Norman, he felt his destiny was for Omaha. Of course, he would be led and actually have stuff after Omaha, but he felt his defining moment kind of was then. So he was like, alright, let's get off the beach. We're gonna die, let's get off the beach. So he kept rounding up all the soldiers he could, tell them, I know you won't let me down, we're gonna do this, we're gonna beat the beat the Germans and all that. We'll get them off the beach. So then they keep moving closer and closer. They get across the whole seawall, or get to the seawall, and then they have to cut the first strip, because there's 2 strips of... Apparently it's not barbed wire, it's Cantatella wire, or something like that. That was the fun part. The book I'm reading... kind of went over it. Basically, I don't, what is it called? No, it's not cantilever, is it? No, so, military barbed wire. So, barbed wire is basically just a Constantine wire. Is that what it's called? No, Concerta wire. So, barbed wire is just referring to a wire with a barb around it. And that's what we used initially for cattle stuff. Well, so Concertina wire, or apparently Deneret wire, is the one that coils around in like a circle and just has a ton of razor points on it. So barbed wire has barbed wire, or has barbs in it. Whereas the concertina, it has the razors in it. Though it's colloquially constantly referred to as fucking barbed wire, because you can remember that it's concertina wire, because I can't even fucking say it. Anyway, so they had to blow the first, or they had to clip to the first group, but then they had to blow the second group. Because the whole problem is they needed time and speed for the second part. Because there was so much exposed room, because there was no cover between them. So they sent 2 men with a Bangalore torpedo. Bangalore torpedo is just a big long steel tube filled with dynamite, or with TNT, to blow up the second wave. And so, first group, they're trying to set it up, they get shot. The second group goes and does it, they blow it, and then they keep moving forward, except there's a pillbox with a machine gun aimed straight down that slope. And the first man who charges up it gets hit hard. And he's lying there. He's crying for his mama. He's basically like, I don't want to be on this damn beach anymore. I just got shot up the hell and back. I want to go home. I want to see my mother. And every man in that group is feeling that. They don't want to be on this beach anymore. They don't want to fucking go fight the Germans. They want to go home. They want to go home. And Norman knows they're gonna die if they go home. So he does the only thing he knows he can do in this point, and it's to lead the men. The men he had just gotten off the death of the shoals by telling them, I know you won't let me down. We can do this, soldier. So he does the one greatest act of leadership I've ever seen. Basically, he goes and he stands in front of men, tells them, soldiers, we're dying on the beaches. Let us go inland and be killed. And then charged up the goddamn slope with the machine gun, with the rest of the fucking soldiers charging up with him. And then they get around it, fucking blow the bunker, and then that's the first ever vehicle exit off of D-Day, or off of Omaha. And it's such a massive thing. He's also kind of known for, like, he helped clear a town, or like a house, by legitimately, like, just doing the breach and clear method. There's a bunch of people, or there's a bunch of soldiers who were kind of having issues. They didn't exactly know how to clear houses. So it's like, here's how it's done. Throws a grenade fucking through the door. It blows up. The rest of the guys, I think they either went out initially, or he just shot up the place, and then they crawled out with, their hands up. So this guy's really badass. And then you get to where I am in the story. He's leading the 28th. There's a cotangent, or like a subdivision of it, called the 112. And they just got chewed the fuck up in terms of the 400 hill. The reason being is that this is over before the Battle of the Bulge. So we know that the Americans are kind of getting stalled. but it's also at the Siegfried Line. So the Siegfried Line was just a massive... it was basically the Maginot Line for the Germans. And then they fucking... but the problem was it got heavily, like, salvaged for the Atlantic Wall, which, when it fell, they were like, shit, we need to repair it, fucking get it back into service. It hasn't been fixed for, like, 4 years-ish. So we're gonna need to get everything fixed, and then, yeah. But anyway, just the basic idea was that that's where the battle's currently taking place, in terms of the story. But the going over the history, they go over the fact they climb Pointe du Hoc, and then they go into the fact that later down the line, it was like D-Day plus 50, 40, something like that. They're told, okay, we're going to capture this town because it's got a massive deep water port, and we need a deep water port. Because the whole time, they're constantly trying to remove their supply lines from being solely at Omaha, because they brought in, or at the fucking Normandy beaches. Because the problem is that that's only a certain point that's effective to so many miles. That's why there was the Battle of the Bulge, because they couldn't get enough supplies in reliably, and that they were way outstretched. Apparently, it was funny, because in the book detailed that where they were before the Battle of the Bulge was essentially day 200, or day... it was basically... they never expected to be anywhere near Germany until April of 1945. So, as you can tell, it was a little bit of a... oh shit, the Germans let land go that we never expected them to let go. We expected this to be a hard fight. And it was. It's weird, because whenever you hear about after D-Day, you kind of hear that the Germans just collapsed back into Germany. But, again, reading the book, you kind of get some actual... because that's the thing. A lot of times when you're going over history, there's a lot of stuff you're going to skip over because it's boring, or because it's initially considered to not be as important. But even though there's such fucking good stories... so, here's what I'm talking about. There is a renowned battery over in the French countryside. It's at a French port town. It has battleship guns in it. 28 or 280 millimeter guns. It's called the Lochrist Battery, I think it was. Lochrist. Yeah, the Lochrist, so otherwise Gun Battery Graf Spee. With 280 millimeter. What is millimeter to inches? So, let's see. 280 millimeters. Okay, so that's a 11... oh my god. Fucking 11-inch gun. Or 11-inch diameter shot. And then, of course, into fucking... what's it? What the fuck is it? I think, is it technically meters? No, it's the other one. It's kilo. No, what the fuck is it? Centimeters, that's what it is. Okay, so here's a fun tip for the other system, the one that goes by the by yada yada. Okay, so meters, it goes, it's kind of like fucking putting like a 0.01 kind of thing, where it's like tenths, hundredths, thousandths. It's kind of like you imagine that. So 10 millimeters makes up a centimeter. But the easiest way I could essentially give you is that it's basically a foot in diameter. And So to kind of give you an example of something kind of similar, the Yamato during World War II on the Battle of Samar was firing 18.1-inch shells. They were the size of a sedan. The battleship Bismarck was firing 16-inch that were over 1,000 pounds. So just cut it down 5 inches, and you're still firing something that's like, what, over like 600 pounds of explosives? And yeah, it's raining down on you. So the Americans and them were like, yeah, we don't want this raining down on us. So, but they're trying to capture the town. They're getting somewhere, but it's still grinding the shit out of them. Then this pocket of Ranger, the Sacred Battalion of 4, they go walk towards the base. They're scouting it out, and they notice one of them's like a decent bomb or a decent explosive expert. He notices the minefield, and he just dashes across it, tells the rest of the guys to do it. And then he explains all of the way that the reason he was certain they would not blow up is because there were bombs that had been already dropped and that had disabled portions of the minefield. And so what they were doing was just going down into the holes that the bombs had already hit, because they could know that the bombs had already cleared the mines. And they fucking flew across until they got to this pillbox. There's no machine gunner at the thing right now. So they then go in, and there's like 20 Germans. And they're like, oh. And then they're like, okay, they're trying to speak German. It's like, nah, you can just speak English, pal. Well, we're wanting to speak to the commander to see about him surrendering. It's like, okay, fuck it, let's go. And they fucking get brought to the commander in this, like, the heart of the fucking complex. It's only 4 guys. There's a guy still left over at the minefield watching in case shit goes down, so we can run back and tell him, hey, this is how I got across. So there are 3 of the Americans currently in this massive bunker complex, surrounded by Germans. And so they're like walking up, they get up to the fucking commander place. The commander opens the door, and then fucking they walk in, and he's like, okay, so you're the Americans, you want me to surrender. How many of you guys are there? The whole battalion's worth. They're right behind us, ready to charge in. Okay, let me ask my guys. So how many are there? There's just the one by the minefield. Alright. You're the only guys here. So you know what that makes you? That makes you are prisoners. And so with the quick thinking of it, one of the guys, Bob Edlin, he basically fucking grabs a grenade from his belt, pulls the pin, and holds the hammer. And so he's like, yeah, well, if you have us captured, you'll die. Or we'll blow this thing. And the commander's like, yeah, but you'll die too, so it doesn't matter too much to me. And then guess what Bob does? Bob fucking takes the grenade and shoves it to the guy's nuts. And he's like, yeah, and you'll die too. Or essentially that. And so the commander's like, fair point. Alright, we'll go surrender, but I don't want to surrender to a lieutenant. I want to surrender to somebody who's actually high ranking. Which, oh my god, there was so much political shit in terms of the warfare. And one of the things the Rangers were told they're going to get fired at by a fucking German mortar, just so that the Germans can be like, we fought valiantly, but we had to surrender. Shit like that. There are so many, and of course this is before the actual breaching of Germany and the actual Battle of the Bulge. So there's still kind of this air that the Germans are being professional as hell. But yeah. No, it was fucking... It's a wild ride to read. And all this from the real life bomber. It's fucking being referenced in the video game. Alright, let's actually continue the fucking tale. Okay. You could attach ballast to the plane and then haul it here for repairs.
Yes. In fact, that's exactly what Loyal has planned to do. You should go talk to him. I wish everyone were just as interested in our story as you are. Maybe I should act out the battles. Or learn how to throw my voice.
Alright, who needs help around here?
Gosh, there's a lot of folks. Argyle's our doctor. He could use help tending to any injured we got. Over at the workshop, Loyal and Jack are always building something. The Loyal may not be too happy to see your kind running around Nellis.
Alright, goodbye. Hey, we're idolized. So that legitimately, I think, was enough. Okay, do you need a fucking stim pack? Crying out loud, you keep fucking walking around like you're about to die on me. I want to go repair. I want to go heal them. But yeah, now we're actually idolized, so we can actually go get the bomber up. We can also get the rebreather, which is incredibly useful. Fuck, this is the classroom. Is it you? Yeah, it's you. Yo, Doc, I'm back. That one's fine. Is it you? No, it's you. Hey, I have a medical of 60, right? I have a medical of 70. Okay. Treat the patient. After carefully considered, I was just having a strong allergic reaction. Okay, cleaning all the wounds and mixing a steroid compound, you reduce the swelling and it returns to normal.
I hadn't thought of that.
Eh.
Hey.
Yes, okay. Alright, well, we can leave. And now we can go talk to Pearl. Well, we should do that technically. Yeah, I only need like 2 things.
You have done well to earn the trust of
Well, I
my
did
people,
3 things,
child.
technically. I think. I've done everything I can to help out. No, but yeah.
I believe the time has come for you to show your value in full. The people have come to accept having you around. Find Loyal and ask him about our people's fondest dream. He will tell you what to do next.
Woohoo! Alright. Well, first we're gonna actually go swing over to a different point. We need to check in with the gun runners because I need to pick up some ammo. But we also need to go to the Crimson Caravan because we need to chat. Oh shit, we need to chat on Cass's part.
Welcome, sir or madam.
And then all that.
Do you wish to purchase
No,
something?
that's right. She wanted me to do something. Hey, I'll have to check what she wanted me to do. Because if I'm going to at all get her favor... Oh, you don't have any 0.5 right now. God damn it. He's completely... he hasn't restocked. If I can get... shotgun and 0.50 would be great. Yeah, it's only that. I'll probably just fucking sell that. Goodbye. Alright. So what did she want me to do? To the Camp McCarran dock. So she wanted me to go check in with them. Oh, we should probably check in with the major so we can get that other bounty. Where is he? There's the major.
got any more good news for me?
Yes, your holy... I am...
You killed another one. Let me have a look at the head. Yeah, that's Cook. Ugh, did he always smell like this?
Well,
Even
it's been a
before he was
while.
dead? And the fiends let this guy touch their food? Well, this is payback for at least one of my troopers. She'll be glad to know he's dead. Here's your caps. That's 2 psychopaths dead. If you can bring down the 3rd, there's a bonus in it for you.
Alright, I'll go after Violet.
Violet it is. Wish I could give you more advice on how to bring her down, but we know less about her than the other 2. Just watch out for the dogs. She raises them herself. Might as well be their mother, and never leave her side.
Okay, where can I find her?
Good question. Fiend territory is southeast of here, but they range all over the area. None of them stays in any one place for long.
Anything else I need to know?
Just bring me back that last head, and don't lose your own.
Okay, bye. Just your holiness, I am floating. Mama. Fuck, none of them are here. I'm gonna wait so I can talk with them. Because we had that book and stuff in it. Where the fuck are you guys? Don't you guys group up in that fucking tent? Shoot! They didn't get sent to another place, did they? I don't think we completed what we needed to do, if I remember. I'm pretty sure we still technically need to do the bounties. Ah, fuck! I think we might have got them sent off to a different camp. Ah, that's not good. Oh, fuck. I think I'm gonna have to research that. Where does first recon go? Recon. Fucking New Vegas. Where do they end up? Oh, fuck! They're over at Camp Forlorn Hope. God damn it. I don't need the background. I need to clarify that this did happen. No, I don't want to fucking rewrite their shit. I just want to fucking get down. Close the fucking background! Stop fucking with me and let me close the fucking background. Organization, outlay relations, technology, interactions with the player, and provide upon completion. What? No, they're supposed to be here. Where the fuck are they? They're supposed to be here. What? Okay, I think the only thought would be just the come back here later. Because they should be here. I haven't completed the 3 bounties, so. The only thought is just to force a reload of this place. And hope that fixes it. Oh! I thought it was the doc's place.
Look who it is. I haven't had the privilege, but I'm told you've been an angel on our shoulder. What can we do for you at Camp Karen?
I'm here to provide support. Is there anything I might be able to help with?
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The Fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Alright, any other problems?
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
Alright. I can look into who's leaking NCR.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements. And it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
Alright, bye. I put a spell on you. Is the dock in? Hello there.
Hello.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
No, this is the first. Actually, I'm here. I have an invoice from you, or for you from Alice McLaffery.
From Alice? I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else? Or were you just here about the invoice?
You mentioned Vault 22. I might be willing to help.
Wonderful. Straight to it then. Have you signed the release forms? No? Doesn't matter. We'll keep that to ourselves. Vault 22. Where to begin?
Save the sales pitch. Just tell me what you want to do. I'm listening.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation.
I don't know if we've ever had oranges in this series.
And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible?
Maybe the oranges stuff. Nothing is impossible.
Precisely. Science has proven that truth 1,000 times over, but how many wasteland savages believe it? Present company accepted, of course. The bounty I described to you is no idle fantasy. It exists in primitive form only a few miles from where we stand. We need only reach out and unlock its secret. For that, the OSI needs you.
Alright, tell me more.
Good. I thought I sensed a kindred soul in you, beneath the wasteland veneer. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
Alright, I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand?
Yeah.
Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Sure, goodbye.
Best of luck to you. Not that you'll need it. You seem like a reasonably competent person.
Alright, and then you want to chit-chat?
Did Dr. Hilder...
Damn it.
This really isn't any of my business, but did he give you a job?
Yeah, he asked me to get some data from Vault 22.
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
No, I didn't mention anyone else.
But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc. But I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keely and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
Alright, I'll look for her.
I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it.
Yeah, bye.
Right. Good luck.
I mean, it's a good extra caps on the side. See the dead body and then come back and tell her, hey, she's dead. Yeah. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna doubt First Recon's going to fucking return. Maybe? No. God damn it. Where the fuck did they go? Where's First Recon?
Still working on that last bounty?
Damn it. He won't tell me shit about them. Okay, quest. Depend on me. Let's see. We need to go over to there. Because we need to talk with the lady. As well as check in with the other one. Okay, so far Raul seems to be the better partner because he hasn't talked at all outside of fucking combat. Yeah, it's the redhead.
You should go talk to Blake or Alice. They handle most
I
of the
hover
contact
above
with
you.
prisoners.
I don't suppose you watch the Boomers over in Nellis, do you? They're quite a good show.
I watch all sorts of things with my binoculars. Who wants to know? And why?
I've been inside Nellis. There's a young man, and he has a crush on you.
Nice looking blonde boy? I always wondered if he was watching me back. What's he like?
He's nice. Maybe a little naive. Seems convinced you're the love of his life.
Really? That's so sweet. I'd love to go meet him. Is there any way the Boomers would let me visit Nellis?
I'll have to ask Pearl to make an exception for you. And then, yeah.
This is so exciting. Let me know how it turns out.
Sure. I am God. Just hover above.
I've heard that Securitrons are nastier than ever.
They are. What about it?
Hey there. You looking to buy or sell?
Yes, I have dominion over all of you.
Can do.
Gotta love the the fact that it freezes you in place and then it's like, oh yeah, he's talking right now. Well, fucking, it was like over 500. Fuck! I keep making the trades without actually 600, and then this will bring it up all the way. Okay, let me fucking get back some of my damn change. Okay. Fuck. Let's see, what the hell do I get? You, the cigarettes. Cuddles his car. Okay, let's see, the packs of cigs. The pre-war money. I think you're used for something, probably. I don't know, I've never heard anything for that one. But I'm just gonna have a massive collection of fucking massive collection of just something that's kind of worthless. Alright, we had still quite a few of these. Hunting shotgun I still need. let's see. I need to pick up some C4, I think. Anyway, then fucking sell. Did you have point, or did you have 12 ammo? I know you had the 12. Yes, you did. Okay, good. Hollow point. And then sell off this stuff. Pulse. You. 5 mil. And then let's sell off you. See if I can't find my damn, what was it? Keeping the compliance regular. It's, oh, I don't have the other one. Okay, good. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Goodbye. God. Alright. I love that aspect, because then you just, like, land after the fucking, you're done speaking with them.
I've heard that Securitrons are nastier than ever.
Yes, they are. I swear you're all gonna get a bullet in the mouth. Cause you won't shut up. Alright, pal, you earned that one.
Welcome back.
Deliver the invoice just as you asked.
Well, you've proven yourself reliable so far. Would you be interested in more important jobs?
Sure, what other work do you have?
As much as I like to handle matters personally, I can't be everywhere at once. There is a negotiation with a smaller trading outfit that I'd like resolved as quickly as possible. There's also the matter of Henry Jameson, an employee whose services I'd rather do without. His family connections make it difficult, however. And finally, I need someone to acquire the Gunrunner's manufacturing specifications. This job needs to be quiet. No alarms, no deaths.
Huh. Tell me about the negotiation.
There's a small trading outfit, Cassidy Caravans, that I'm interested in acquiring. They've been rather competitive, so it's time to buy them out. I have it on good authority that the owner, Cass, wants out of the caravan business. Cass frequently trades with the NCR, so you'll likely find her at the Mojave Outpost.
Alright, I want to know more about the problem with Henry Jameson.
The Jamesons are very wealthy ranchers back in Redding, California, and significant investors in the Crimson Caravan Company. I was pressured into posting young Henry as the manager of the New Vegas branch. As you can see, he wasn't exactly cut out for the job. He was much more interested in gambling and prostitutes, and because of his family, I can't simply fire him. Henry needs to be convinced to quit, one way or another. I won't have a useless employee on the company payroll.
Alright, tell me about the Gunrunner job.
The quality of the Gunrunner's armaments is due to their manufacturing process. They craft all weapons on site. I want to know the secrets of their manufacturing process, which means you'll need to find some way to get inside their heavily guarded factory. I would greatly prefer that you perform this job undetected and without killing anyone, if it can be helped.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Was there something else?
Yeah, bye. Okay, let's go talk with Cass. Yeah, it's me. Well, I thank you, honey. Anyway. No, I know he's talking to Amber. I just like the idea of fucking... Yeah. Alright, let's go check in with Cass. So I do want to trigger her thing. Fuck. Which means we're probably going to need the technically drop off rule. I don't really have a set of armor for her to wear, so I'm just let Raul keep his set.
Evening.
The Beaux-Arts. Wrong place. She's at the bar. There's something up there. Oh, there's a couple of things I haven't discovered up. Still getting drunk in the bar, I see.
You come around like a bad habit. What's on your mind?
The fact your shotgun or your guns in your face. Crimson Caravan sent me. They want to buy out your caravan.
They want to buy Cassidy Caravans? Don't they know it's burned to ash? No. Even times being what they are. Not sure I'm looking to sell. Even for all the whiskey in Reno.
What happened to your caravan?
Mojave happened. Hit by raiders packing some heavy firepower. Can't believe the Crimson Caravan haven't heard. So if you want to buy all of Cassidy Caravans, you're looking at it. And what I got in my pockets. Still, as little as that is, not looking to sell.
Even though you don't have nothing, you won't sell?
If someone came up to you and offered you 1,000 caps for your name, would you take it?
Yeah, Carl
Actually,
Weeds is kind
you know
of
what?
terrible.
Fuck it. I don't want to hear your answer anyway. Point is, I made the caravan what it is. It's mine.
I have the offer letter here. The terms are fair.
Alice McLafferty, eh? No, I see the zeros, and I know she's good for them. Still, it's not about the money. Dad'd spin like a twister if he ever heard I sold our name for anything.
Are you sure?
Look, I know you came all this way, and that takes some drive, especially these days. Just doesn't feel right. Trading history for a slip of paper.
Let's see. Well, maybe there's something else we could trade. Bet the caravan. No, I don't like that. Self-post's the last place you want to be trapped.
That's a good point. It's the caravan clearance that's got me stuck here. I'm sure this bar's getting tired of propping me up. Give me that paper. I'll put my name to it. No sense trying to hold the past between your fingers when it's nothing but dirt. All right. There you go. Caravan's yours. Feel kind of relieved, actually. Guess I didn't realize how much I was carrying around with just the name.
What do you do now?
No idea. Maybe head back west? Though the idea of heading back there with my tail between my legs isn't appealing.
Let's see. I'll be going. Raul! My good man. What the fuck do you get on you?
Awed by your dizzying mercantile sense.
Oh, yeah. He's a good
What can I
companion.
do for you, boss?
I need you to fuck off.
Good call. I mean, if that's what you really want, boss.
For now, we'll meet up back at the Lucky 38.
Hey, as long as you're not asking me to go back to Black Mountain, I'm a happy old man.
That's fine. Alright, I need you.
You come around like a bad habit. What's on your mind?
What do we do now?
That's the question I've been asking myself. No idea. Maybe head back west? Though the idea of heading back there with my tail between my legs isn't appealing.
There are other places to go. You could come with me.
Go with you? And why the hell would I do that?
Why not? I could use someone who knows the roads. Yeah.
So you're looking for someone to help, not just tag along. Huh. Walking the Mojave with you can't be any worse than here, that's for sure. Alright, I'm in.
Alright, let's go to war. Alright, let's go ahead and save. And then I think we're going to end off the video here. Thank you guys for tuning in, all that jazz. Like and subscribe. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys next video. And have a great day.
Here, most just